Hello, my name is Imran Aslam. Today I am going to give a demonstration on three-phase separator with bucket and weir type configuration. First of all, I will start with the application installation procedure, and then later I will explain the main features of the application. So if you have already downloaded the application from setup file from my website www.petrosoft.com, then you can simply press the double click the setup file. The application wizard will be launched on your screen. From the language section, you can select the language from the appropriate list and then press the OK button. It will take you to the license agreement page where you can select the appropriate option and press the next button. Then it will take you to the information page. Again, you can press the next button, and then it will take you to the installation location page where you can select the location on the computer where you want to install the application. You can change the location by simply pressing the browse button here. I will keep the same location as the C drive on my computer, and then press the next button. It will take you to the desktop shortcut page where you can specify the option to create a desktop shortcut. It is always good to create a desktop shortcut so that you can launch the application straight from your desktop. Then press the next button. It will take you to the final step of the installation. By pressing the install button, the application will be installed on your machine within few seconds. Since I already have the application installed on my computer, I will simply cancel out this installation utility and then go to my desktop where I have created the desktop shortcut of this application. On this desktop shortcut, I will simply double click the desktop shortcut. The application will be launched on my screen like you can see over here. So this application, the first on the top side there is a menu bar. The first menu tab is the file menu tab. Under the file menu tab, you will have three sub menus: the new menu tab, the sub menu tab, the save menu tab, and the exit menu tab. And by pressing the new menu tab, you can launch the new instance of the application. For example, if I have closed this application, then I can simply go back to the file menu tab, press the new button. The new instance of the application will be launched on the screen. The next option is the save menu tab. That will save the results of this application into the PDF file. The next option is the exit menu tab to close the application. The next tab on the file on the menu bar is the about tab where you can review the developer information and the application. The next tab is the help menu tab. By pressing the help menu tab, you can open up the application manual that comes along with the setup file. In the application manual, the detail and description and the guideline is provided to use this application with the pictorial representation of each section in detail, which can be reviewed during the use of this application. So I will go back to the main application window. Now this main application, you will have two pages, and the first section is the separator sizing, where the user need to provide the basic inputs or the process variables or the input variables to run the application. And the next tab is a separator profile, where the user can review the results of the separator sizing and the picture of the separator showing that how the configuration will look like in the schematic of the separator, which has a bucket and a weir installed inside the separator. Now starting with the main input section on the separator sizing page, the first input section is the basis of design, where the user need to provide the basic information of the physical properties of the incoming gas, molecular weight, compressibility, pressure, temperature, flow rate, densities, viscosities, etc. The next section is the separator internals section, where the user can specify whether this separator has a demonstrator pad installed or installed in the internals. So once the user select this option, further multiple options selecting the type of the demonstrator type can be seen, and the user can select the option of the type of demonstrator from the given two options, yoke demonstrator and GPSA type demonstrator type, and then provide the wire size of the demonstrator, the wide fraction of the mesh on the demonstrator, and the demonstrator thickness needs to be provided by the user. The next input section is the check for the glycol and the amine solution. So in most of the cases, or sometimes the separators are installed on the downstream of the amine unit or a glycol unit, where these liquids are likely to be present in the incoming feed or incoming gas to the separator. So to size the separator appropriately, to cope up and to account for this additional fluid present in the incoming gas, the user can specify the option here by selecting by selecting the checkbox against this option. The next input is the performing the slack calculation. So if the separator is likely to be installed at the as a first equipment at the battery limit or at the receiving facility, where it is likely to be connected with the incoming long or a larger length of pipes, where the large liquid volume or the slug flow is likely to be coming towards the separator, then the option is provided here to the user, where the user can select or the option to perform the slug calculation appropriately. Once the slug calculation option is selected, then further user need to provide the two main informations of the upstream pipe size and the upstream pipe length, which is connected to the separator. The next input section is the safety factors in terms of operating factors, where the user can select from the given three options in this section. And the next section is the instrumentation section, where the user can again select the type of instrumentation from the given three options. And then the next section is the residence time section, where user can specify the service of the separator, where it is likely to be installed or present in the incoming or in the facility or in the unit. From this drop down list, the user can select the appropriate service of this separator. Then user can provide the light liquid residence time required and the heavy liquid residence time required. So again, the maximum or the minimum limits for the residence time for each service is populated against each field once the user select the appropriate option from this service list. The next section is the separator service, where the separator where the user can specify where this separator is likely to be present or installed at which equipment or in which unit operation it will be in service. From the drop down list, the appropriate service of this separator can be selected. Again, the user provide the hold up liquid required time and the liquid surge time in the respective field. The next input section is the separator configuration, where the user can specify the heads of the separator or the ends of the separator. Three main basic type of the heads are provided. The user can select either one of them accordingly. Then the user specify the corrosion allowance in the respective field and select the material of selection for this separator from the given list. Then the last section in the input section is the welding configuration, where the user can specify the type of welding done on this separator from the given list of welding type, and then user can specify the level of radiography carried out on the separator from the given three options. Now once all the information is provided and the appropriate selections have been made in the input sections, the calculation can be performed by simply pressing the calculate button. Once the calculate button is pressed, the calculation will be performed immediately, and the message bar at the bottom will turn into green with the caption OK on it, which means that the no error messages were found. If however the user has provided any incorrect value in the input section, then by pressing the calculate button, the application will stop and give an error message with the red background specifying that there is some error in the input, so the user can go back, change the appropriate input in the respective field, and then again press the calculate button to resume the calculations again. So once the calculations are done, the result sections are populated with all the calculated results, and the user can review each result and then later change the inputs if there is any required. Going to the result section on the right hand side, the first result section is the separator condition, where the main information on the vapor velocity, liquid velocity, hold up volume, liquid separation, etc. are all calculated in this separator condition result section. And the next result section is the vessel dimension, where the vessel diameter, length, and the height of the vapor space L by D ratio is calculated. The next section is the light liquid bucket size or dimension is calculated. The next section is the nozzle size, feed inlet, gas outlet, light liquid outlet nozzle, and the heavy liquid outlet nozzle dimension or size are calculated and shown in the respective field. The next result section is the nozzle's velocity. The fluid velocity within the nozzles based on the provided inputs are also calculated for all the 4 inlet and outlet nozzles on the separator. Also, the maximum nozzle allowable velocity is also calculated and shown in the nozzle maximum allowable velocity section in the results. The next result section is the heavy liquid bucket or a heavy liquid compartment dimension or the size, where the height of the bucket, length, volume, and the height of the heavy liquid and the distance of the light bucket or the heavy bucket is calculated and represented in the respective field over here. Also, the length of the mixed phased compartment, where the heavy and the light liquid are present together, are also calculated. The next result section is the areas, where the separator area and the vapor space area, heavy liquid volume area, and the light liquid area is calculated. The next result section is the residence time and the settling time section, where the light phase residence time, heavy phase residence time, vapor phase residence time, and the liquid dropout time is calculated. The next is the settling time. Settling time for the light liquid and the heavy liquid is also calculated. The next section is the checks or the validation of the calculation and comparing the results with the minimum or the required lengths are calculated and represented here in the check section. If there are any error or any limitations issues are found, then the results are changed accordingly and shown in the checks or in the validation section here, where the checks on the main primary calculation factors like the length, vapor space, height of the vapor space, L by D ratio, liquid residence time, heavy liquid residence time, and the liquid dropout time are all performed and calculated and compared with the minimum or the limit governed by the in the application are shown in the checks section. So once if there is any limitations or any errors are found, then then the respective demonstration or the description are shown in the check section. Now moving to the next section or the next result page, which is the separator profile page. On this separator profile page, the basic schematic of the separator showing the bucket for the light liquid collection and the heavy liquid collection compartment, and the draw of nozzles are shown on the graphics or on the picture over here, with the and the result sections containing the nozzles maximum velocities and the separator dimensions are also calculated for all the shell thickness, design pressure, joint efficiency, tensile strength, shell surface area, head surface area, weight of the vessels, diverter plate, etc. All this information related to the separator dimensions are calculated in the respective field. The next result section is the nozzles dynamic pressure section. At the bottom is also calculated for the given nozzles, and the liquid light liquid vortex breaker dimensions are calculated, and the heavy liquid vortex breaker dimension are also calculated in the respective field in the result section. Further, the result section is for the slug calculation. If the option for the slug calculation has been checked by the user in the input section, then the slug calculation results are shown in the respective field in terms of slug length and the slug volume. And also, if the demister pad efficiency demister pad option is selected by the user, then the demister pad profile and the efficiency are also shown and calculated in the respective field over here. Once the user is satisfied or reviewed all the results, then the user can simply press the print preview button. Once the user press the print preview button, the print preview window will open, showing the results on the page, where the user can look for the printout results. Total 5-page report is produced for the results and the inputs together for this separator sizing calculation. Once the results are okay, you can print out the results into the PDF file by simply pressing the print button, or the same action can be performed from the file menu tab by pressing the save menu option here. Once you press the print button or the save menu tab from the file menu, then the results will be printed or saved into the PDF file as shown on my screen, where the user can review all the results and further print out if via the printer if like. So basically, going back to the main application, so now most of the main features are discussed for this application. If you like the videos, please like and subscribe my channel and visit my website. Until then, bye bye.